The game is won before it's played. Know your opponent. Welcome to Legendary Game Changers.
The curse of curiosity, when seeing too much makes you the enemy.
Legendary Insight.
My mind won't allow me to not be curious. My folk don't understand, so they don't take it serious. Goody mob, cell therapy. Curiosity is power. It's the ability to see beyond the illusions, to question what others blindly accept. But here's the dilemma. When you start seeing too much, the people around you start looking at you differently. They don't take your warnings seriously. They don't share your urgency. And worst of all, they may even start seeing you as a threat. Knowledge separates you from the herd. It makes you dangerous. And in a world built on control, those who ask too many questions often find themselves isolated, or worse, silenced.
The Game Changers moment.
I remember the first time I realized that seeing the game for what it is can make you a target. I was young, but not naive. I was reading The Art of War and The Prince while the homies were chasing distractions. My mind was waking up, but theirs were trapped in a cycle. One day, I started asking questions. Why do we play by rules that weren't made for us? Why do we accept the hand we're dealt? Why do we let the system tell us who we are? Some listened, some nodded, but most dismissed it. I had an OG tell me, "Youngblood, you keep talking like that, you gon' make enemies you ain't even met yet." At the time, I thought he was being paranoid, but then I saw it for myself. The moment you start challenging the status quo, even your own people get uncomfortable. I watched friends distance themselves. I saw the discomfort in their eyes when I started making moves they didn't understand. And it got worse when I started applying what I learned. When you think differently, you move differently. And when you move differently, people assume you got an angle. I was playing chess while they were playing checkers, and they didn't like that. They thought I was being arrogant, that I was trying to be better than them. But it wasn't about that. I was just trying to survive on a higher level. Then one day, the system itself came knocking. The moment I started questioning the rules out loud, I had teachers, employers, even authority figures looking at me sideways. When you understand too much, you disrupt the balance. And the world does not like to be disrupted.
The strategy.
So what's the play? How do you keep your curiosity from becoming your downfall? You move in silence. You gather knowledge without announcing it. You build your mind like a fortress, but you don't let everybody see the blueprints. Curiosity is a weapon. Wield it wisely. Let them think you're still in the dark, even as you navigate with full vision. Those who wake up loudly get put back to sleep quickly, but those who wake up quietly, they change the game before anyone even knows what happened.
Power in action.
Look at Malcolm X. Before he was Malcolm X, he was Malcolm Little, running the streets, lost in the same cycle as many others. But once his mind opened, once he became curious about knowledge, history, and power, he transformed. He saw the game for what it was, and more importantly, he learned how to play it. But the moment he started teaching others to see it too, that's when he became a target. The system fears knowledge in the hands of the oppressed. They feared Malcolm not just because he spoke, but because he made others curious. He planted the seed of awareness. And when enough people start questioning, the whole structure shakes. They couldn't let that happen. So they tried to silence him. But by then, the damage was already done. His curiosity had spread. And once people start thinking for themselves, they can't be controlled the same way again.
The trap to avoid.
The biggest mistake you can make is thinking that just because you see the truth, others will want to see it too. They won't. In fact, many will resist it. They will call you paranoid, crazy, even dangerous. Don't force knowledge on those who aren't ready. Some people are comfortable in the dark because the light forces them to see their own chains. Let them be. Focus on your own elevation.
Modern application.
In today's world, curiosity is still a threat. Question too much, and you'll find yourself shadow banned, blacklisted, or worse. But that doesn't mean you stop thinking. It just means you move strategically. Learn in private. Apply in silence. Build power without broadcasting it. Because the real game isn't won by the loudest. It's won by the ones who know when to strike and when to stay unseen.
Legendary takeaway.
Curiosity is both a gift and a curse. It will set you free, but it may also set you apart. The world does not reward those who see too much. It fears them. So be wise. Move like a ghost. Learn everything, say little, and let your actions speak for you. Because in the end, Power belongs to those who understand it, but don't flaunt it.
Be the lion on the chessboard. Command respect, plan your moves, and lead with power. Subscribe, like, and share today.